wherever you are. Welcome to the Toolbox podcast and this week's news. Today we have me, Rianne.
Hello, I'm Desmond. This is my voice. Sup, players? I am Jess.
And hi, I'm Michael.
And we're going to be bringing you this week's...
What? What twist?
Dun, dun, dun.
My name is Milk.
You've been fooled all along.
Has worked.
Hello, guys. Thanks for listening.
Yes, and we're trying a little bit of a new format here, so this show should be around 30 minutes. Keep bringing in your suggestions. We really want to make this the best we can, but without further ado, let's get straight onto the news. So, porn.
Yay! What?
The internet is for porn.
Fallout 4 was released last week, as we all know, and Pornhub have released a statistic saying that 10% of their gaming population have been lost due to...
Really?
Yes, due to Fallout being released.
Forever and ever.
No, they'll come back.
Yeah.
They'll always come back.
So
They need a break.
I'm kind of like, the question I want to ask is, how did they manage to know that that was a specific game demographic? Because
They
I've
just
never
go
signed
by
up...
the searches that people make.
Do they really?
Yeah. But then, to be honest, you'd know that it was the gaming demographic because they all fucking disappeared.
Yeah,
You know.
Like I say, it is just like, oh, this has been released today. It also happens that our views have gone down.
Because they've really they've released like loads of graphs, and you've got one up there.
Yep.
And we'll link the article. But they actually have like specific genres there. That one.
Here
They
we
have
go.
specific genres. So they've said the most lost were gaming sports fans. I don't.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, how do they know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I
to
don't
be-
know.
to
I
be
don't
honest,
have a Pornhub account,
Exactly.
but maybe they ask you questions.
They must do. I've never signed up to a
Michael,
porn
tell
site.
I ain't got a fucking account. Fuck you. Trying to accuse me of shit. Get out of it.
The best part was the graph
Do you
they
think
released.
like action game fans they know because they've watched like the Halo? Like, I would imagine-
Cortana,
yeah.
ex-Master Chief.
Just like all the
Just a woman
parodies.
painted in blue.
Yeah.
No, like a crossover to
This is my
X-Men.
fantasy.
Yeah, it could be.
It's Cortana and Mystique. That's
Oh.
all it is.
So,
That's weird.
Avatar.
well, we're not.
Oh, he's gonna go through and just name all of the blue characters.
We've actually found out this
Smurfs.
week in our apartment we can't access Smurfs. We can't access any porn sites.
Oh.
We tried because of this. I think you tried because of this
Yeah.
article.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you
You
just
just
wanted to
tried.
look.
No,
Oh, okay.
something came up. I think it was a Game Grumps thing about
yeah, it
Asian
was.
butt porn.
Yeah.
So I was
Oh, yeah, you
interested
tried to
whether
search
that was
whether
an
it was
No, it
actual
was
Website.
Asian ass porn. That
Yeah,
was what
because
it
then
was.
you asked Des if you can borrow a phone.
Yeah,
Without realising.
this silly bitch nicked my phone. I thought she was just going to play a game or something, and then she's there typing and trying to keep the screen away from me. I'm like, yo, give me my phone. What are you doing? Give it back! Give it back! Like, slipper kicking her in the face and trying to get my
Nice.
phone back.
So, yeah, that about sums up that piece of news. But
Yeah.
it's worth checking out the graph because the way the graph shows is that there was a little bit of a surge where they speculated it would have been the installation time. Then they dropped 10% where everyone's obviously playing Fallout. And then at about midnight, it goes way up. Like, so everyone had a fat break and it was fantastic because it just, like, plus 15%.
Did the server
Snack
crash or
and
something?
fap.
No servers.
Yeah, no. But, like,
No, they're just like straight up, and I've been so erect playing this game for so long. I need to sort this out.
release.
I've been up
Yes, I
full
need a
mast
release.
for an hour now.
Moving on swiftly from that, we said last week we'd talk about Rise of the Tomb Raider because we didn't mention it. It was released last week, and it was overshadowed by I almost said Pornhub.
Quite a
lot. Overshadowed by Fallout, but it's had really, really good reviews. I think it's had 4.5 out of 5 Metacritic or 9 out of 10 IGN. Those sort of statistics.
It's not 10 out of 10 IGN.
Not 10 out of 10. I think it's 9 out of 10. But it has been critiqued really, really well. And one thing that was interesting is that it wasn't just released exclusively for the Xbone, which was everyone was aware of that, but for the 360 as well, which I didn't know they were going to do that.
Okay.
So I don't know. Is this a good thing? Because obviously
Yeah.
the original was released on the 360. Oh, obviously last gen consoles.
Yeah. It's nice.
Slow.
No, I think that's fantastic because a lot of people haven't had chance to upgrade to the current generation of console gaming, and I don't think that people that have been stuck in that generation, well, not even necessarily stuck, I mean, there were good games, there were a lot of games.
Oh, great games.
But I think it's nice when people don't forget about them or exclude those people from the current games market. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. I love it, and it's had good reviews for the 360 version as well. There's an obvious dip between graphics,
Yeah.
but really good. And the other piece of Tomb Raider news I wanted to point out was there was a tweet, because it didn't do as well sales-wise because of the week. Unfortunately, it was released on the same week of Fallout. So it was kind of expected it didn't do as well. But there was a tweet by the senior product manager at Sony for the UK branch about he tweeted about how the sales weren't great, and it sort of felt like a little bit of a dig. And then someone tweeted afterwards saying, "Don't worry, the sales will get better once it's released for PS4 because they're planning on releasing it for PS4 and PC next year."
The first bit sounds like, oh, it's just an observation, but then that second bit is like, don't worry, it will improve after PlayStation's release. That bit's the dig.
Yeah.
But then the thing is that not a lot of people invested in the PlayStation 1 because... Sorry, the PlayStation 1, Jesus. Sorry, the Xbox One. Sorry, my next sentence was because the PlayStation had a lot better opportunities games-wise.
Had a lot more to offer.
It had a lot more to offer, and obviously PCs are forever, so... PC master race. You know, I'm part of it, but I don't call it a master race. People can play whatever they like on whatever they want.
No,
I don't care. But PCs are literally forever. You can upgrade your PCs.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy a new one every time they upgrade the generation, sort of thing. You can just patch bits on it. It's great. But I think that's fantastic. That's all I have to say. I've forgotten what I was going to say now.
No, it's good. It is good. Square Enix did express that they wanted to work exclusively with Microsoft because of how good they've been, relation-wise and customer, and keeping their communications. Yeah. So that's completely their own prerogative. We salute you for doing the 360. That's a really nice touch, and I think a lot of last gen players will appreciate that because of the price as well.
Yeah,
the price is obviously going to be
a
little bit less.
I know the PlayStations came down by quite a bit. Actually, in the past few months, just because of the general price drop over time. But I know it was in America. It's dropped like a good $100, I think it was.
What is that for the 4?
Yeah, PS4, and then I think obviously here in the UK, I think it's also probably around about £100 or something like that.
Yeah.
Around about. For
Well,
the
the thing
past few
is
months.
Christmas is coming up
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
So,
everyone getting their fill.
So I mean, I don't know. The first bit about it saying, it's just natural that I ain't got a lot of sales for Xbox is just on observation, but that last bit about PlayStation definitely, like I said, that's the little bit of a poke at them.
So, moving on to another release last week that we didn't talk about, StarCraft 2. And it, despite the launch of Fallout 4, it's done really well. But like you were saying earlier on, it does have a dedicated fan base.
Yeah.
It's
definitely.
huge dedicated fan base.
So there's obviously going to be people have been waiting for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I've got here that you told me it sold 1 million units, and I've actually typed 1 million unite. Thanks predictive. In 24 hours, which is fantastic.
It's done pretty much very similar to its predecessors.
Yes.
I think so. It hasn't actually taken a massive hit, unlike Tomb Raider. But I guess that's different because it's on Xbox rather than being PC, and the fan base is not really the same, is it?
Yeah. Not exactly the same. And also, if you think about the current time in the market right now, it's winding up to Christmas. People are buying gifts, and a lot of the Fallout market will be people who bought it for themselves, or people who had it bought for them by parents or whatever.
True.
But it's mostly going to be people investing their own money, and people only have so much expendable income a month. I'm pretty sure that next month Tomb Raider will see a rise, and then again at Christmas time, and then afterwards in the sales.
Yeah, of course. I forgot about the sales.
So it will sell, but it'll take some time, and maybe not. It won't sell quite as much because it wasn't as heavily advertised. I didn't even know it was coming out. I love Tomb Raider.
The only reason I
Back
knew it
to
was
Tomb
coming
Raider.
the only reason I knew it was coming out is because I played when the previous game that came out and I really enjoyed it.
But
I
it
was
was
like,
the same.
I really want this now, so I just kept track of it. But I don't think there was any adverts for it.
But it's the same with StarCraft anyway.
Fallout had a lot
StarCraft,
of
I saw
adverts.
nothing.
Yeah, I didn't even know until
dedicated fan base.
until I saw some Let's Plays and stuff from Jesse Cox and things like that. So yeah.
Okay, so next bit of news: the Canada games industry has
The Canadian games industry.
The Canadian.
You're doing what you
The Canadians. They're in Canada.
The Canadian industry.
The Canadians.
has raised its bar a little bit. So You're going to help me with statistics
Yeah,
here. I don't think I've
I'm
written
going to
them all
whip
down
out
correctly.
statistics.
So there are about 472 studios in Canada, and they are now employing 20,400 people, which is a 20% increase.
24%.
Or 24% increase.
Since 2013.
So that's really good because...
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I think we do assume that a lot of the Western games, the AAA stuff is a lot of American stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they
you
have
forget
put
that
a
Canada's
few...
got a big industry as well.
They have put down that apparently, according to the US, like statistics, they said that there's about 1,641 game development studios within the US. So, I mean, the US is still massive in terms of the games industry, but it's nice to see other countries picking up, and there's more people being employed. There's more opportunities for people, basically. That's nice. And it says that annually it's about 3 million they make off the games industry.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, that's not too bad. Is it million or billion? Billion, sorry.
Oh, billion, that's even better.
So much better.
I mean, that kind of goes back to what we were covering a couple of weeks ago, where it's like England and the UK were just going to put money aside to help out more studios that's wanting to start in the games industry anyway.
Well, that's something
trying to be quiet. I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
What the hell did you
Don't worry, I'll edit
smash?
this. Right, okay, we're back.
Technical
The
issues.
one time that we decided, we're going to have a strict format. It's going to be nice and professional. We're going to keep ourselves limited.
It's okay, we're about...
Bam! Can we not even address it? Can we just start talking?
Yeah.
Okay, we're about halfway through the cast, so we've got some time, it's fine. We were talking about Canada and all of its beautiful gaming industry loveliness, and you were going to go on and compare it to us, UK.
Yeah. With this whole expansion now within Canada, with this games industry now,
Does nobody else say Canada?
I just say Canadian.
Oh, right. It's an asshole.
They're Canadians and they speak Canada.
No.
That's how they do it.
It needs to be stopped.
But no, it's like what we covered a couple of weeks ago with the UK gaming industry putting money aside to help smaller companies develop. And it's kind of like that, which is really nice. The fact that now, obviously, I don't know how long this has been in the pipeline for Canada to do this, but it's nice that now 2 places have now done it instead of just, hell to it, that was successful, let's do it as well. So it's nice that now, obviously, we've got a little bit more development and a little bit more money put aside for it.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah, good for Canada, and again, like you said, it's another place that people who are listening, who are looking at getting into the industry or wanting to spice up their career, Canada. It's meant to be a really nice place anyway to live in. So there you go, guys.
Have you been to
booming industry? No, not personally.
She wants to go to Canada.
I've always wanted to go.
I want to go to Canada.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Story time.
Story time,
They'll let you
guys.
go if you talk to them properly.
Probably.
Maybe.
Hello, Canadians! No! Get out!
Hello, Canadians! Don't spill your drink.
Nice.
I got it in a bottle though, so I'm cool.
Gotcha. Plastic
Yeah,
one
plastic. I'm not saying
Let's
it's
go,
moving
move on.
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
the next piece of news is probably going to be very exciting for me and Mike, and everyone else. By that I mean Des and Jess are just going to be like, oh, okay.
I'm a little bit...
Is it Smite related?
No, it's
How
not.
did you guess?
Oh my god!
No, it's not. Ha!
I'm gonna go sweep the glass up.
So Smite have released on Xbox fairly recently, and by that I mean earlier this year.
Yep.
And they have the Xbox qualifiers for the Season 2 Worlds, which is going to be in February.
Yes.
And the qualifiers are actually here in Leicester, which is really exciting. And
What? Leicester?
Leicester? Yes, Leicester. So if you are close
don't know.
by, if you're in the UK, or even if you wanted to watch the qualifiers for Xbox, because this is the first time it's been done. I don't think any other MOBA has been released on console apart from Smite. So this is kind of a big deal in terms of, we're talking about esports for a couple of the podcasts actually. This is the first time I think something's been done with the console side of things. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Comment if something like this has
You're
been
wrong.
done.
Maybe Halo.
Maybe,
I think
I mean
Halo.
MOBAs.
Oh, MOBA-wise,
MOBA-wise.
yeah.
Obviously, I know that Call of Duty and all of that have their own.
MOBA-wise, this is the first
But
console.
MOBA-wise, yes, this is really exciting. You can get the tickets online. It will be next weekend, so the 28th and the 29th from 2 p.m. You can watch it on Twitch. The tickets are £5 a day, so it'll be around £10 for the whole weekend. It would be amazing. We're going to go, aren't we?
Yes.
We're going to go. We'll report back to you guys how it goes. In fact, if you follow our social medias, we will be posting throughout the day. We'll probably film as much as we can as well for the podcast that week. Very exciting stuff, and we recommend you guys either stream it if you're into that, or come to Leicester and
Say hi and stuff.
Say hi and stuff. Probably more so to the Smite players than us.
Yes.
I think we're less of a big deal than watching
everybody
the pro
in the
players.
Smite community, we're famous around.
Oh my god, look, it's the Toolbox.
Come on, man.
Oh my god, Miguel, let me touch your face.
Milk.
Milk.
Come on, yeah, man. We're famous in the Smite community. Everybody, and by everyone, I mean no one knows us.
God damn it. So,
Cry every time.
Who are you guys?
A single tear rolls down the cheek.
Who are you?
we're doing like extremely well for time. So I think we can.
Did you just pause it?
No, I didn't pause
Oh,
it.
I
I didn't pause it. No. We are doing extremely well for time. Our last piece of news that we've got is for the special edition of Life is Strange. It's been released, and what I kind of want to do is I want to talk about special editions with you guys, because
Okay.
this is something a little bit niche nowadays. Is actual boxed,
Goodies.
well presented goodies. I mean, Fallout 4 had the Pit-Boy edition,
Yeah, it
which
did.
but it was very expensive. But the Life is Strange special edition, whilst it's not got as much, does offer a copy of the game, an exclusive art book, a director's commentary, and the whole soundtrack for £20 for PC.
That's really cheap.
Which is exactly, it's ridiculously cheap. So much so, I would probably go as far as saying almost underselling in this current market.
Well,
Yeah,
how much did you pay for
definitely.
the actual game on its own?
I think it was something like $16.99.
So there you go then. You
So
know.
something. I mean, I didn't
For
buy
what
the
you-
game. That was a birthday present
Yeah,
for me. But I think
regardless, when you purchase that game full price, and then where they release a special edition like this with all of the added extra goodies, they are definitely underselling themselves. But then, to be honest, you made a fair point about saying that people don't buy physical games that much anymore. I mean, obviously for consoles, most of the time they do, but you can still buy them online through the marketplace as well. So it's nice, but I think they are underselling
I
themselves.
think it's different though because of the actual game itself. I mean, it's a story-based game, story-driven game, and it's to kind of a niche market. I mean, you love those types of games,
Yeah.
and you know Des likes those
but
types
it's
of
similar
games.
to Telltale. But Telltale,
Yeah, but I
going
think
hard, aren't
yeah,
they?
but I
Like-
think it's different though because the company themselves. I don't know whether it's the first game they've
yeah,
made.
I think it's their first
So-
big
For Don't Nod,
announcement.
for Life is Strange,
Yeah.
or because that's Don't Nod, isn't it?
So I think it might. No, I think you might be right. Yeah.
It's Square Enix, but it's Don't Nod
Yes.
Studio.
Yes.
Yeah, because I played it the other day. It was on the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
splash
No, you're
screen.
right. You're right.
So it could be one of their first bigger ones, and it's nice to see them doing this. And underselling it is another way of getting people to buy more of it. I hope it works out well for them. They deserve every penny they get.
Bless me.
Bless you.
What? Yeah, I thought you were moving the microphone out of the way. Oh my word.
I will do if you keep sneezing on the pot mic.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was just double
bogies
checking.
all over it.
Oh yes, lovely. I was just checking Don't Nod Media, and it's coming up with Remember Me as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Ironically,
it's
nobody
yeah.
did
I guess
remember
it's
Everybody knows
definitely
Remember
one of
Me.
their more successful games.
Yes.
So I can kind of understand them like underselling it to a point, and because, like I said, it's kind of a niche genre.
Yeah, it went
to a
really
degree.
well with,
But yeah,
with fans.
Yeah, it
though.
did really, really well. Like, I'm not saying it was a rubbish game or that the genre's rubbish. Like, I like those types of games, but some people like really don't like those types of games. Some people are like, there's no
Yeah, they
action
can't
in
be
it.
bothered,
Yeah,
it's-
they don't like the story. Whereas,
Like
I mean,
my asshole friend Jacob Hodgkinson.
Oh, you're giving a nice shout out there.
Yes. We love you, Jacob. It's cool. We know you're just kidding. You
But
better be just kidding.
It's like, oh, do you?
it's like with The Last of Us, they do 2 different types of special editions. They do the Joel one, and they've also got Survival's Guide. And if you look on those, they're at least, for the American ones, $50 to about $120.
I paid for my Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2.
Too much money.
Probably. To be honest, I thought it was a good deal because I paid the special edition of the game and the hardback guide for part 2, and the only decent game in the series. Just putting it out there.
Oh.
I think I paid about £65. And I know it's last gen.
Yeah.
But I thought that was quite a steal. But then again, I'm talking about pre-orders, so maybe they will up the price because it's released in January. So if you are a big fan of, I was going to say Don't Starve then, don't know why.
I'm a fan.
Of Life is Strange. You can pick that up on the official Square Enix store. They have it for PC, Xbox and PS4. I believe it's £30 for console, not £20. £20 for PC for pre-orders. And that's released early next year. Really, such a steal. I would recommend picking it up now whilst you can.
Absolutely.
And that's about it for gaming news this week.
Yeah, it's been a very quiet week. Everyone's been too busy playing games.
Yeah, pretty much either playing Fallout 4 or fapping, you know.
Wow. No, that's a very good reason for it to be a quiet week in the industry, I think.
Yeah.
Fallout 4
People enjoying
Yes.
people enjoying games is a good enough reason to not write about them just now. So it might get very busy
Next week, maybe. Yes, definitely. But we will go on to our games of the week. So, Mike, I know you've got one.
I've been wanting to use this one for a while actually since we've started, but I haven't actually played the game. But now I have, and I'm going to use it. It's called Bastion. You should get it. I've actually played it, and I can thank Des for getting me addicted to the soundtrack.
It is great. It is beautiful.
It's absolutely amazing. I finally got around to playing it. I've played a good 3 hours of it, and I'm already enjoying it so much.
There's 3 things I'll always
The narration is just top quality narration.
It's fantastic.
I mean, it's
irreplaceable. You couldn't make that game.
This is right at the beginning of the game. You're just walking along, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he picked up his best friend, just there swinging the hammer." And after about 30 seconds, like, yeah, he raged for a while. It's like, oh my god, this is amazing. He talks to me.
When you don't do what he says you do, he's like, and then they rebel.
And then the boy pondered for a little bit, and you're just standing there idleness. It's like, oh my god. And then when you
narrate every option.
So option you do, and every little choice you do is just perfect. It's easily going to be one of my top games of all time. It's just so nice. So yeah.
What was the thing you didn't like about it? I'll push you for that. Tell me something you didn't enjoy about Bastion.
It's just, I think it's probably just because I'm trying to get used to it at the moment. But the gameplay in general, how it feels, is kind of clunky. By clunky, it feels heavy. Right. Character feels heavy. But then again, obviously, you can have different weapons, so I might just need to find...
There's a bit of a lumpy hack and slash.
Yeah, I think it's just a simple fact. I just need to try and find
the same thing.
weapons that I find it. Yeah. Like, I'm using the hammer just because I like just going just henge mode.
Just tanking.
Because the enemies can be so quick, and when you have to redo things over and over again, it'll just get on you.
Right now, I'm feeling more towards the sword at the moment, just because I can roll slash instead of just taking it and going to like beast mode on it. But right now, I think it's just I've got to try and find I've got to try and find the weapon I like. The combination with the stats is just a little bit of experimentation with it right now.
Yeah.
But it just feels a little bit. The character feels a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
So it's just I've just got to try and get used to that, because that's in all games. You just got to try and get used to how it all feels and plays. But yeah. I've been wanting to use that since we started. I finally got around to playing it because it's been in my library for about a year now, and
I've never completed it. I've got it. I've played it. I've never completed it. But
so yeah, get it.
Who's next?
Mine's I think, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong, I think it's an iOS game. So it's
you
called.
Haven't played it?
I haven't played it, no. But I've been following them for a while, and it's called Pixel Starships.
Oh,
and cute. It's just have a look. It's a MMORPG.
Oh.
Obviously, like a space game, and it's all 8-bit.
So
it's adorable.
Yeah,
but, you lost me at MMR.
It looks like a cross between Terraria and Fallout Shelter.
Yeah.
But it looks very, very cute.
But yeah, it looks super adorable. And the people who made it are Australian, so it's an Australian devs. or company, and it just looks like a nice little game. I will definitely put some money towards getting it. I think the beta is out at the moment, or beta is out currently, so I think they're handing out like codes and stuff for that.
Yeah.
Like invites.
Early access stuff.
Yeah, so if you want to have a look at that, then feel free. They've got a Twitter account.
Nice.
So yeah, that's pretty much mine, I think.
I guess I'll go next since Des is
Not
trying to
cooking
cook
stuff.
Mine this week is one of my all-time favourites for story, and that is the Cat Lady. It was on Greenlight, Steam Greenlight. I think it might be off now, but it is still on
It's
Steam.
definitely off.
Yeah.
And it is, I must warn you, it is a very, very upsetting game. It covers a lot of hard topics. Yeah. It covers a lot of hard topics, cancer, suicide,
Depression.
murder, depression. It's very, very, very dark, and I will, if you're looking at getting it, if you trigger or anything like that, I don't want to recommend that to anyone, but if you can handle it, it is such a beautiful game. It's a point and click game. It's very cheap on Steam. I know it was on the sale the other week because I got it there. It's just one of those games where you finish playing it and you realise, God, this is why the industry is here, to live through stories like this. And I'm not going to spoil anything more, because if you are able to play it, I say play it, because it is a very intense game, and it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Des, last but not least, my dear.
Well, I don't really have a favourite game of the week that we haven't talked about before, so I'm just going to have to say Life is Strange.
You're taking my one now.
Well, the thing is that I got forced into playing a lot of it, guys, okay?
My fault.
Yeah. Right before the release of the last episode, Rianne was like, I've had enough, you haven't played it yet, sit the fuck down. And she put my computer in front of me and off we went. And I played through all of it pretty much in one sitting. I think it was 2 sittings. Yes. But this was just before the last episode came out. So when the last episode did come out, we sat down and we watched Rianne struggle through it, because it was a pretty tough episode, and it was fantastic. And I just played through it myself. I couldn't quite remember. Obviously, I remember the beginning and the end, but I couldn't remember everything in between, so it was a nice, fresh experience, really. I'd left it for just long enough. But it's still gut-wrenching and such a fantastic plot. And although it is minimal gameplay, as some people will say, it's not exactly like they get to run around and they're in control of everything. And it's not super non-linear. It is fairly linear. You get 2 endings. And when you play a Telltale game, the decisions you make matter a lot more than they did in this game.
Yes, they do.
The only details that change in this game when you make different decisions are the things you collect along the way, the photographs.
The journey, the experience.
Yeah, the journey changes a little bit, but I won't give any spoilers, but I have some things I forgot to mention that were different between mine and your gameplay.
Okay.
Mainly involved in the fact that Rianne befriended certain people and I was really frickin' mean to them. It didn't change the main plot.
Bomb-ass bitch!
Yeah, it didn't add in any extra dialogue.
Okay.
It just added an absence of a character at certain points.
Okay.
So, it wasn't that big of a deal, and I was a little bit disappointed in that sense, but not disappointed enough to ruin the experience. It was a fantastic game. Highly recommend it, and I think I'd highly recommend, again, plug back into the extended edition they're
Yes,
releasing.
it's worth getting, probably.
So yeah.
That about wraps up for this week. Like I said, guys, new format, shorter time. We've tried to tweak little bits and pieces. Let us know if you like any of this or if you don't like any of this. And Jess?
I was just going to plug in the stuff that you guys are thinking of doing, the Smite stuff.
Yes.
So, as we said before about the tournament coming up, esports stuff, they're thinking of doing guides, isn't it, for patches?
Yeah, Smite every now and again release a patch, update the game, as you probably know. So we're thinking of doing a little bit of a smaller podcast to kind of go over those patch notes, talk about new gods when they come out, talk about different changes, talk about the possible meta that changes and the shifts. So if you guys are into Smite, head on over. pre-warning is that we're not masters of the game.
Yes, this podcast is going to be primarily aimed at new players or casual players who maybe want to learn that little bit more, because I'm in that situation where Mike is currently teaching me a lot more, even though I've been playing it for a while.
Can you teach me how to love this game?
Yes.
I mean, I could
teach
try.
me how to try. We're going to try.
So
This is going to be a live stream thing, but we're then going to put it up on the channel. So keep an eye out for more live stream things. And Jess,
And again, also I'm considering doing reviews for games. So I don't know whether these guys will get involved or not. I'm thinking more.
Hell no.
No, you wouldn't. I'm thinking more for indie stuff. For me personally, anything that's a little bit like not a lot of people know about it. Whereas I don't know whether you guys are more mainstream. But I was just going to do a blog, put up what?
Sorry, you just called them mainstream.
No, if they want to do.
Such a hipster.
Go away. Go break something else.
I'll break you, you bellend.
you guys may
okay.
you guys may or may not know, depending on how Rianne edits this podcast, of what happens.
Look, stop.
Let's
We'll
just carry
see.
on. While we're
Yeah.
wrapping this up.
So yeah, I'm going to do indie stuff. So if you're watching this from Twitter, then if you'd like your game to be reviewed, possibly mention plug.
Plug to plug.
All
Then
of
feel
their
free
accounts.
to email us. I'm assuming our email will be somewhere on Twitter.
It's toolboxofficial
at
at gmail.com.
So if you're interested, then take a look. And yeah, I think that's about it. That's all
Yep.
I have to say. That's the new stuff we're planning on doing.
Any new content, obviously, we'll put out as soon as humanly possible, and we'll mention it on the podcast anyway. So you never know when new content is coming out from us. Maybe future Let's Plays, or if we're just going to sit down and just talk even more about a certain topic, we'll let you guys know on the
Rantcasts.
topic.
Rantcasts.
Rantcasts
Yeah,
will come out.
we're
Oh my
still-
god, do another rank.
We're still early
I'll
days.
do one.
But
Don't tempt me, girl. I'll do one.
thank you very much again for listening, and we shall see you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.
What you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say?